2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. And it's amazing. Final game of the regular season upon us. Some teams have nothing to gain by playing their starters. But, Shaq, you can't rest guys the way you used to.
Yeah, you can. The way the league sees it, unless a guy's injured, he should play. You know, ticket prices are high. It protects the fan. And, again, if you get hurt, just call me. Man up. I got that icy hot for you.
Oh, no question. But you can also manage the minutes, though. You can really do it. Guys just play a certain amount and not really overdo it. Just be smart about it. You know, Popovich is great at that.
It hurts right here. Do you have some icy hot?
Actually, I have some right here, Ernie.
How can it be icy and hot at the same time?
I don't know, but it is.
I can't tell you the formula.
It's pretty amazing.
That's amazing.
Man up.
Yeah. Here's Kevin Harlan.
It's like wet and dry.
You man up too, Kevin.
You're wet and dry at the same time.
We're live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Welcome, everybody. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us here at 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. Taking a look at Washington in second to last place in the East. Nothing's come easy for them this season.
Yeah, and this is their final chance to pick up a win against this team. I mean, 0-3 on the season series thus far and on the brink of a sweep. So from that standpoint, I think it's a huge game for them.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Andre Drummond is the most prolific rebounder in the league. He said, every time I see a shot go up, it's like a pass to me. Guys focus on points and getting assists. My goal is to go out and get 20 rebounds a night. Kevin?
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. Last day of the regular season, C-Web. The postseason's around the corner. Talk about some of the changes we're now going to see from the regular season to the intensity of the postseason.
Well, first of all the crazy fans now get crazier.
Yeah.
The intensity inside the stadium revs up tenfold. Everything gets turned up. The stakes, the energy. I mean, each possession gets valued a whole lot more. And so it's a lot of fun. How do you have that balance of having to value the ball a little bit more but still have to play with the freedom during the regular season that'll keep the pace going? It's a fine dance, and only the real good teams can master that.
You know you're watching a playoff game. You're right. Good answer. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Washington, Robinson is out there with Jabari Parker. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Markelle Fultz. Now here is George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
And the first one at the line is good. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
Letting the guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
Fultz kicks to Porter. Back to Fultz. Inside, Robinson. And it's Miami with the rebound. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Oladipo. Dishes it to Robinson. Now here's Fultz. Tight defense on him. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Oladipo. To the middle. The shot's good on the assist by George. Oladipo's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Oh, Porter in position. The shot will not fall.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop. Still should have went for something better than that.
Fultz with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. Fultz the pass to Porter. Hits it from three-point range.
Porter takes no time in getting his shot off. When the D is laying off of him, he has no problem pulling right up off the pass.
Now here's Richardson, coming off a solid outing against Cleveland.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Parker. Knocked loose. Paul George with the steal. To the paint. Here's Oladipo. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Fultz kicks to Porter. Down low. Here's Parker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And looking at Jabari Parker, 6'8", about 250 pounds. Greg, what's his best position?
You know, I think he has a small forward skill, but with the way the game is changing, you could see him play some power forward as well. And I think his best fit might just be at the 4 because of the mismatch he can create.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Parker drops them both. Here's Oladipo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
Now here's Richardson. 6-point game. 6 to shoot. Oladipo goes in, and he gets the bucket. Oladipo's got 8.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
DiVincenzo. Richardson cover. Puts it up from 12. It's Drummond with the rebound.
All right, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there have been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
And here's a look at numbers for Richardson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Well, Heat leading by 9. And Oladipo kicks to Richardson. Each team has one inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Webb, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
Wizards trail by 9. Fultz the pass to Robinson. Back to Fultz. Teardrop shot. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists tonight.
Superb at switching gears at a moment's notice. Fultz is flat out awesome at driving inside.
Now here's Oladipo. He's got 11. Richardson with it to the paint. Oladipo misses.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
Another one falls for Washington.
Wow, solid court awareness. Leave someone open on Fultz squad and you're going to regret it.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
The chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
Jusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Bam Adebayo.
Now let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 4th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates is such an asset.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And for Jusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Free throw, no good for Nurkic.
Still young with loads of upside. Nurkic is comfortable playing the enforcer. I mean, you can tell he wants to keep improving.
Fultz, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
George finds Oladipo. Drummond working against Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. That one wide left.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
Here's George following the three-pointer by Washington.
Well, you just got to respect the leaping ability of Drummond, leaving the floor effortlessly, throwing it through the hoop.
Fultz kicks to Robinson. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Fultz with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. And the pass to Parker. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Olynyk, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Fake the pass to Caldwell Pope. That 3 off the mark. And so George will bring it up for the Miami Heat. 6-point game. It's deflected.
And Caldwell Pope just has unreal timing on defense. If you put up something soft, he's going to send it back.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 11 points for him in that last game against the Celtics in Boston. Olynyk has the open look. It's good from long range. Olynyk's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
George looking around. Drummond dishes to Nurkic, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Heat lead by 5.
And the touch Nurkic has inside, I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive and look to get his shot from there.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Fultz. Over Oladipo, and Fultz gets it to go. Fultz has got 6.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Pass to Drummond. Now here's Richardson. Here's Nurkic. And Baines pulls it down. Wizards trail by 3. And here's Carroll. 11-point game his last outing. On the clock. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Over Richardson. No good that time. And Miami the other way now. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Every year there seem to be a few rookies, C-Web, who immediately show that they should have been drafted a lot higher. Why is there the difficulty in placing these guys where they should be drafted? Why are evaluations sometimes wrong?
Evaluations, they can be so iffy because of the team skill set. I tell a lot of players when they come into the NBA, don't be frustrated after your first year or second year if you haven't played the way that you want. In order to be a great basketball player, you have to have a great situation, a team that needs you to do certain things at certain times that you can do for them. And so I think why evaluating is so hard is because you're evaluating the player and then evaluating the unknown, how they fit in with these different pieces that have already been established on your team. And that's kind of the wild card. You can know if a guy can shoot, dribble, and pass, but how does it work with the other players on the team? And so there's some GMs that have missed out on a lot of great talent, but you can't beat them all up because it's so many moving parts into this evaluation that usually it's easier to get it wrong than right.
Washington calls timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
And did you notice how each miss fired up the crowd even more? It became a vicious cycle.
Now here's Olynyk. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Carroll finds Baines. Lawson up top, guarded by Oladipo. And again, Washington no good.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him, affecting the shot.
Nurkic rebounded by the Wizards. Now here's Carroll. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Wizards passing it around. Olynyk can't hit. Miami leading by 5. Here's George. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive board.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Oladipo. Pass to Richardson. Back to Oladipo. Over Lawson. And it's Miami with another.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
He kicks it to Olynyk. Offline with his 3. Heat on offense. With a 9-point lead. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
I absolutely love the fire they showed on the road. You really could tell they wanted that one.
Now here's Richardson following the missed shot by Nurkic. Just 2 to shoot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's an 11-point Heat lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lawson against Oladipo. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. They could use a bucket, and he lays it up and in. Baines has got his first basket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Oladipo, the pass to Drummond. Kicks it to Richardson. Nurkic in the post. Olynyk is covering. Caldwell Pope against Richardson. Nurkic. Nice pass. Run him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Nurkic has got 10 points.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits, trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
And a new group in for the Heat. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Drummond. King comes in for George. Wade, he's checked in for Richardson. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Victor Oladipo. That'll change for the Wizards. Mahinmi's checked in. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Kira. Wade against Caldwell Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And another miss by Washington. In the corner, Winslow with it. And there's another one for the Heat.
And from the opening tip, they've just crushed it. Yeah, you see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And so it's Miami. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Heat team out there.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Oh, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
Wade and Winslow out on the wings. Adebayo is out there with Nurkic, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Outside for Lawson. 14 feet away, and the shot falls short this time.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Wade. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And the Heat lead by 17. And it's Lawson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Washington. He dishes it to Carroll. Caldwell Pope outside. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. For 3, Lawson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Heat leading by 17. Dinwiddie kicks to Wade. And no good that time. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now Lawson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Heat have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Wade. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Wizards trail by 17. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Parker finds Mahinmi. Wade feeling it out a bit. Misses from short range.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Outside Lawson. Parker with no one around. The Wizards with another miss. The Heat leading by 17. There's Winslow. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
Mahinmi passes to Parker. Porter against Winslow. 5 to shoot. Trying to get something going, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Porter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Look, the high release of Porter helps on these contested shots. A talented scorer, even when the D is on him.
Feeds it to Nurkic. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Guarded by Mahinmi. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Inside, DiVincenzo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dwayne Wade. When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game. Let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' game. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player, and being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki, being a basketball player that he is, means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
It's Porter outside, up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And a real weapon of Porter's, outstanding at finding the room he needs on the perimeter to pull the trigger.
Timeout called the Heat. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And a new group in for the Heat. Drummond's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Paul George comes in for Bam Adebayo. Richardson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Oladipo in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Oladipo kicks to Richardson. Great open look there. Richardson's got his first basket of the night.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, you're up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Robinson finds Parker. Back to Robinson. Good D by Drummond.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now here's Oladipo, guarded by Fultz. Very pretty alley-oop layup. And the Heat lead by 15.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. And there's the pass to Porter. Here's Fultz, defended by George. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. And, oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Parker's shot is off. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. There's Winslow. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Wizards trail by 17. Fultz kicks to Parker. Shoots over Winslow. Nails the 16-footer.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
For Miami, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Oladipo, the pass to George. Here's Drummond. That one misses. And the Wizards now going the other way. Porter looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Parker. Excellent D there from George. The Heat leading by 15. The 3. Rebound by the Wizards.
Oh, man, you can't get much better look from 3-point range than that one. I just wasn't in rhythm. He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Oladipo finds George. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Oladipo misses. Wizards trail by 13. To the middle. Here's Robinson. Rebound by the Heat. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Winslow. Rebound by the Wizards. Parker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Washington's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Winslow with it. Looking for George. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And the Heat making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. Here's Caldwell Pope. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Porter kicks to Robinson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Such incredible hop for center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Wizards trail by 15. Fultz with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. Outside Porter. And here's Caldwell Pope. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shot clock at 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Heat.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Oladipo outside. Here's George. That shot off the mark, and it's Washington the other way. Porter passes to Robinson. That shot misses. Good D by Drummond. The Heat leading by 15. From the line, Robinson pulls it in. The Wizards shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Caldwell Pope for three. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Well, C-Web, Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
His off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear, but that hasn't stopped him from beasting on the court in the association.
From 13, Fultz, no good.
His stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to it.
George, that's a two-pointer. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Olynyk can't hit. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And the anticipation of Drummond is just remarkable. Seeing a gaping hole in the D and sending a message with the forceful throwdown.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Washington. Damari Carroll comes in for Porter.
Aaron Baines. Damari Carroll.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
He has to keep draining it from deep. When Fultz is locked in from there, it helps his confidence.
Now here's Oladipo. Guarded by Fultz. Pass to George. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of the game. 6 to shoot. To the middle. And Drummond throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Now Fultz. 23 points for him the last game against Boston.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game. And they're just playing fast and loose. Sometimes that'll burn you.
Like right here, you have to value each possession, especially when you're behind.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oladipo taking his time here. 12 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside for George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. George has got 15 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Heat lead by 18. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, big first half, a lot of energy. What are you guys doing differently tonight?
With active hands on the defensive end, it really got us all hyped up. And, you know, it translates to the offensive end as well, too. So, you know, we're looking real good right now. We just got to put it together in the second half, too.
Transition really working well for you in the first half, Andre. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 15 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Kenny, let's start with you. What you think about the Heat?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else. Their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Seems like he had enough dunks in the first half to last him for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Otto Porter Jr. Robinson is out there with Jabari Parker. And there's Fultz to the inside. DiVincenzo. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists in the game. The Heat leading by 16. And Oladipo kicks to Richardson. Pass to Drummond. Passes to Oladipo. Here's Drummond over Parker. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Parker with him. George picks him up, and that one's good. Parker.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Fultz with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Robinson. Ball's knocked loose. DiVincenzo. He's off on that one. Nice D from Oladipo. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. And here's Fultz. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Oladipo finds George. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Drummond. Hits the jump hook. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
No, they led to Drummond. I mean, giving him the advantage over the deep.
Wizards trail by 16. Down low. And it's blocked. Porter against George. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And that's the shot that Drummond drains constantly. Just such a nice touch from him.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Washington calls timeout.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Man, let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. Averaging about 18 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Oladipo. And Fultz gets it to go. Fultz has got 11.
Good at reading at defense. When Fultz is working in the pick and roll, he often makes the right decision.
Now here's Richardson. Defense is right there. Oladipo outside. Just 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Adebayo. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Washington. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And you can see how Porter has worked on his game. Sometimes he flat out owns the opposition.
Porter against George. Oladipo outside. Over Parker. That one off the back iron and out. Wizards trail by 14. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Andre Drummond? 2nd in rebounding, 8th in field goal percentage, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking 2nd in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. Washington making some changes. Mahinmi comes in for Robinson. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Fultz. And he sinks the second. The Heat leading by 13. Now here's Richardson. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Oladipo dishes to Drummond. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight. Wizards trail by 15. Lawson kicks to Mahinmi. DiVincenzo knocks down the 3-ball. He's got 9.
I don't think they were expecting that shot. They didn't really make an effort to get out of it.
Oladipo, the pass to Adebayo. Outside, George. Drummond in the post. Mahinmi on him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Okay, I see Drummond's offensive game starting to evolve a little bit. He's learning how to trick the D with a nice pump fake.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And in a short period of time, the former UConn Husky Drummond has blossomed into an elite center, just taking the league by storm.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
And maybe the biggest surprise of the 2005 draft, I mean, Mahinmi's name being called in the first round. 128 players were listed in the league's draft guide. He was not on that list.
And talking about Mahinmi, he was really drafted as a developmental project.
Well, the Spurs were looking for the athleticism up front after David Robinson retired. Unfortunately, Mahinmi fouled a lot while guarding. It took him a number of years to become a contributor.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. And the Heat with some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Drummond. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Josh Richardson. and he sinks the second. Wizards trail by 13. Now Lawson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shoots from 12. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
And so George will bring it up for Miami. They led by as many as 18 points. Five to shoot. Shoots from the block. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. George has got 18 points. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Lawson kicks to Porter. Poked away. The feed to Parker. Lawson outside. 4 on the clock. Over Oladipo. Washington with a fresh shot clock. DiVincenzo. Wade is covering, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The Wizards have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
First free throw is good. Washington making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Parker. Damari Carroll comes in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's Caldwell Pope in for Ty Lawson. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Oladipo, 13 points in the game. He kicks to Nurkic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
But yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, now he's landing body blows.
The Heat have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. Wizards trail by 14. DiVincenzo. Wade is covering. Kicks to Carroll. Caldwell Pope against Wade. 5 on the clock. DiVincenzo. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Wade. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. The Wizards have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Pass to Baines. He kicks to Mahimi. Pass to Carroll. Lets it go from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. George finds Oladipo. Cuts off the pass. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Number 1, the Heat.
Kevin, without a doubt, the best defensive team in the league this season. Forget about any other stats, steals, blocks, whatever. It comes down to limiting points. And so far, nobody's been better at holding their opponents in check.
And the Heat call time here. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Washington.
And now a look at DeMarre Carroll. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Oladipo outside, pass to Wade. Kicks it to Nurkic. Got a piece of it. Olynyk with the steal.
Just a sloppy quarter of basketball. Turnovers now becoming an issue.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Heat leading by 14. Wade outside. Oladipo outside. The tray. That one doesn't drop. And it's Washington the other way. DiVincenzo. Guarded by Oladipo. DiVincenzo. Here's Olynyk. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Olynyk's got 5 points so far.
Oh, I love that aggressiveness from Olynyk. I mean, he can create his own offense. I mean, we all know that, but that time with a little cleanup work.
Outside for George. Shot clock at 6. And so Miami again turning it over. And the Heat with some changes. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. King comes in for George. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Oladipo. Fultz, he's checked in for Washington. Wizards trail by 12. From 13. And it's Miami with the rebound. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Dinwiddie kicks to Winslow. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 6 points for him.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Fultz the pass to Baines. Tipped away. Here's Wade. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The dish now to Dinwiddie. Back to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. Washington with the rebound. 1:58 left here in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope kicks to Fultz. To the inside. Here's Baines. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. .129 left in the third quarter. Fultz dishes to Carroll. Puts it up from 12. Here's Olynyk. It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk.
Not a great play on either end. Bad delivery and way too late to react on the catch.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. King outside. The pass to Wade. Back to King.
I love how Wade actively looks to find the open man. He's effortlessly exploiting any holes in the defense.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Washington. They trail by 14. Olynyk the pass to Fultz. The 9-foot shot. Second chance shot. And Olynyk with the lay-in. Olynyk's got 4 points in the quarter.
Strong finish by Olynyk. I mean, he's gotten stronger, and you can see that.
Heat moving the ball around. Caldwell Pope against Wade. He feeds it to Nurkic. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound in this one. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Fultz, no good. The Heat leading by 12. King left side. And he banks in the layup.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Fultz with the ball. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Miami Heat sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Wizards trail by 14. King is up there with Justice Winslow. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Heat. They get it back. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. The Wizards with another miss.
Can't get anything to fall, but it hasn't gotten him down. I mean, he's still gunning. I guess he's still trying to contribute. Ooh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
For Washington, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Outside Robinson. Carroll against King. Feeds it to Baines. Shoots over Winslow. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut back down to 14 on those points from Baines.
I mean, offensively, he's been their driving force. Determined not to let the lead get any bigger.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The D better be more careful. Wade is terrific at getting the D to whack him close to the basket.
2 shots.
That's good from Wade.
And the veteran Wade, I mean, as this guy get old, he continues to get it done. One of the best shooting guards of all time.
Washington making some changes. Porter's checked in for Damari Carroll, and Parker's subbed in for Caldwell Pope. He doesn't get the second one.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Porter kicks to Fultz. Three-pointer. And Winslow pulls it down.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just won in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Here's Wade. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
King against Porter. Shoots from the right block. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, it's been a steady game for him, but he hasn't done enough to keep them from falling behind.
Pass to Nurkic. Over Robinson. Miami no good on that time either. Wizards trail by 13. Here's the feed to Fultz. It's blocked, and he gets it back. And here is King. Porter with a block.
Lockdown defense from Porter. He extends out beautifully to come up with these type of rejections.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And that one is good. Wade's got 5 points now this quarter.
Wade still has some gas in that tank left, I'm telling you, especially in transition where he can take off.
Porter passes to Fultz. Just 5 to shoot. A floater. He lays it in.
And the talent Fultz has, I mean, it's evident. He's terrific at finding ways to score close to the basket.
Wade outside. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
And a wide open look for Porter. No good on the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Inside. There's Winslow. Rebound, Washington. Baines has got 6 rebounds here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Cans it from downtown. 17 points for Otto Porter Jr.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Wade kicks to Dinwiddie. King outside. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Pass to Fultz at the top of the key, Baines. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Drummond's checked in for Justice Winslow. Paul George comes in for King. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Oladipo in for Dinwiddie. Here's Oladipo. Drummond finds Oladipo. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Parker inside. Richardson covering. DiVincenzo. Miami grabs the miss.
Gets the look he wants and still no luck. Tough night for him.
The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Yeah, Greg. I mean, and with the maturation of Drummond, his game, it's something to watch. He's got it going on tonight.
Now here's Fultz. Guarded by Oladipo. That's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. Here's Porter, drilled from 11 feet out. Porter's got 9 points here in the second half. The Heat leading by 12. Richardson the pass to Oladipo. To the middle, and finished off by Nurkic.
And all Nurkic needs is good positioning. Once he has this, dunking is easy.
Washington has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Now here's Fultz. It's Porter outside. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. He can't get that one. Nice D from Porter. Wizards trail by 14. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Shooting for Washington, Dante DiVincenzo. 2 shots.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws.
He's taken an aggressive approach since halftime, drawing fouls, getting to the line, forcing the D in the bad spots.
George against Parker. From 12 feet out. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Washington. A 12-point game. Parker up top. Back to Porter. Robinson left side. Just 4 to shoot. DiVincenzo. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic is George with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. Kicks it out to Richardson. Drummond in the post. They get a hand on it. They push it up 4 on 3. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Porter's got 9 points in the quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Oladipo finds Nurkic. Here's Drummond. Back to Nurkic. Now Richardson. Elbow shot. The offensive rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You can't jump at the pump fake. Nurkic is too skilled at getting defenders up in the air.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Nurkic and Washington making a change here. Baines is checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Wizards trail by 12. He kicks it to Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. And that misses everything.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, if they're needing to fight from behind.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Yeah, and that's when he starts throwing it down. That's when they're coming at you from all angles. And even though he's gone ice cold, he keeps shooting. I mean, it's late enough in the game for him to recognize it's a better option.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
A well-rounded offensive threat. I mean, games like this prove Nurkic is capable of dominating on this end.
Fultz kicks to Baines. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Adebayo is checked in for Miami. The Wizards working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Oladipo. Outside, George. And then George with the jam.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Washington calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jusuf Nurkic.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. And George kicks to Richardson. Passes it to Drummond. Nobody near George. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 23 points.
There you go. His first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down. Maybe even get him going a little bit.
There's the pass to Fultz. Chris, the last few years, talk of expansion has come up. Are we ready, you think, in the NBA to add some more teams?
I think we are. Now, expanding to 32 teams might stretch the talent a little bit thin, but I think we could handle a couple of years with that because of the youth of the players, and it could actually switch it up a little bit. I mean, come on, Kevin. You're like me. You're a big basketball and big sports fan. You know we have to have a team to see.
I would love to see it. Absolutely.
I mean, come on. You know how crazy those fans were. You know we have to have that come back. And then there's some places. Think about how great Oklahoma City is.
Yes.
And how they've just embraced this Thunder team. There might be a couple more places out there with that type of passion and fans saying, listen, if you give us a team, we promise we'll nurture it, take care of it, and root for it the loudest. And I like having that. I think it's time to definitely investigate expansion, but we got to get back to Seattle first and foremost.
Free throw good from Fultz.
But that's what I love about Fultz. He does a little bit of everything. Scores, rebounds, passes.
And so he hits both. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Richardson. Deep, George. A shot, no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. DiVincenzo. Off target from outside.
The more threes he misses, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
And George kicks to Drummond. Over Robinson. Drummond passes to Adebayo. Here's George, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Washington called for the foul.
2.
The first one falls. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big men. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy. I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Drummond.
He showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Mahinmi hits them both. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. And Oladipo kicks to Drummond. Back to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Drummond working against Mahinmi. Bounce pass from Lawson. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And Miami has possession. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Oladipo outside. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, you know, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.